I'm going in with Maybelline's Fit Me foundation, and this is matte poreless in 228 soft tan. Putting it on with a flat eyeshadow brush, and then going back in with Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's a foundation brush. So using that same flat foundation brush, I'm going in with Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer in 35 in medium, and I'm just putting it underneath her eyes, not too close to underneath her eye, more so on the cheek, forehead, down the bridge of the nose, under her nose, above her lip, on her chin, and then along the crease that is going to define her contour. So taking that same foundation brush, literally didn't wipe it off or anything, I'm going to blend that highlight out, and I'm only using like pressing motions, no swiping motions. I want all of that product to stay right there in that area. And using it with the foundation still on it, it helps it to just blend more seamlessly into the skin. Using another Real Techniques brush, this is a setting brush, just buffing out underneath the eyes because I'm gonna go in with 2 shades lighter of a concealer than I just used, just for more coverage underneath the eyes. You try not to pack on too much so it doesn't look cakey, but put enough to be able to blend it out with the blending brush. I'm sorry, beauty blender, blending sponge, whatever they call this junk. Now for contour, I actually use MAC Cosmetics Soft Matte Foundation Stick. So this is a foundation, and it's an NW60. Put it along her cheekbones, across her forehead. Take it down the bridge of the nose, but I start at the beginning of the eyebrows because you're going to blend that out, and then you're going to go back in with a lighter concealer. So it won't look crazy. You know, you'd be looking crazy in the middle of the face, but have the end in mind. And then along the jawline too. Like a cool blue light. It pretty much just makes your face look slimmer, gives you cheekbones, is giving what it's supposed to. Now, if it's one thing about me, I am going to reuse a brush over and over and over. I'm using that same foundation brush, but I wiped it off this time, so it's not so much light concealer on it. And then I go in with a fluffy brush to blend it out. From my experience, it makes it like a little more seamless, but then I go back in and keep blending it out. And those are like pattern motions as well. Keep doing this until it's like melting. You should never see any harsh lines. Alright, now for this nose, I'm using Real Techniques again. It's called a Deluxe Crease Brush. It's actually an eyeshadow brush, but it works really good with blending out a nose contour. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Keep blending until you see no more harsh lines, and then take that sponge and just go back throughout the entire face and just make everything melt together. Now this is Midnight Banana Powder because I couldn't find my other setting powder, and I'm just tapping it on lightly wherever you put the highlight, and then just brush it right off. I don't usually like to let it set because that's going to dry out her skin if her skin is already a little more on the dry side. Now your brush is your most important part when you're doing the brows. I try to find the flattest brush possible. I actually found this brush at Michael's in the painter section. I'm using a concealer that is about 2 shades lighter than her, and I always start at the arch and then pull the arch to the front of the brow. And I'm going through and blending it out with a crease brush, trying to be as light and gentle as possible, using kind of like circular motions. I use this soft, fluffy pad so I don't put my thumb in her forehead, and I just pull the arch up. It makes it easier to find the actual crease of the eye, to find the arch of the eyebrow, and then I'm just using that same brush to blend it out in circular motions. The concealer I use is about 3 or 4 shades lighter, so it's going to be way lighter, and it serves as a base for your eyeshadow. I'm using a fluffy blending brush and a really light tan transition shade because this is going to be a soft look, and I'm bringing that transition shade all the way to the bridge of the nose. Using a crease brush, I'm using a burnt orange color, and that's going to be like in the outer corner of the eye. Don't bring that one all the way over. And then with an even smaller brush, I'm going in with a darker brown lightly in the corners. And I don't spend a lot of time with this because I'm going to end up blending everything out. With that same light shade I use as a base of the eyelid, I'm putting it back on here, and then taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm blending out the edges. This gives it like a soft cut crease look. Using the same brush without wiping it off or anything, I went in with a light tan or beige color and just pressed that on top of the lid. For her brows, I'm using NYX Micro Brow in Expresso, and I'm just doing light shades, some strokes up to look like hairs, and then lightly outline the brow and fill it in, like literally light. We do not do dark eyebrows over here. Looking at this video now, I definitely see how I could have shaped the brow better, brought the arch up more. She has some very uniquely shaped eyebrows, but it's all good because she's still fine. Now for my bronzer, I use Morphe's Trailblazer, and this pretty much goes wherever the contour went. And this is actually a blush brush from Real Techniques. For blush, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio and Pool Party. And I'm using a blush brush and putting it on the apples of her cheeks, and then taking a real clean, super fluffy brush to just blend everything all together. White eyeliner, $1 from the beauty supply.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Now, everybody's favorite part is always this little inner corner glitz. They be like, give me that little corner stuff. But this is in Bliss from JLaRue Cosmetics. Now back with that same flat concealer brush, I'm actually using a brown LA Girl concealer and then blending it out for her lips. It just helps the lipstick blend in better. And then I'm going in and putting a new gloss on top of that. And then I go after that and put a clear gloss on top of that. Thanks for watching it all the way to the end. I'm going to put every single product I use in the description box below. And just let me know what other looks you guys want to see.